Notice your hair.
I have a boyfriend.
No.
You're done.
What's up, folks? We are back again. Today we are not talking about black people on a rare occasion. We are talking about insufferable girls at the gym. Yes, we are. You know, on this channel, I am not one of those people that makes my whole brand about shitting on women. I think that's kind of like going for the low-hanging fruit. And I think there's actually bigger problems and there's other forces at B that are destroying the country. And it's not just women. Okay, they are certainly a contributing factor, but it's not the entire factor. However, there are certain things that have to be addressed, okay? The feminism has gotten out of hand, and so has the egos of some girls. When you suggest that somebody's interested in you, and you say, well, he's definitely hitting on me. He's definitely hitting on me. That's kind of like you saying, I'm really hot, and everybody can't resist hitting on me, right? Okay? So right out of the gate, we're already not doing great, okay? It's just like these street interviews where you see these girls and they're clearly not 10s and they all rank themselves 10s, and then their other girlfriends are reinforcing that. And by the way, I get it. It's hard to lie. It's hard to be honest with your friend and say, I'm sorry, but you look fat. You could lose a few pounds, okay? Have I ever done that? No. Do I have the balls to do that? No. So I can't even blame the other girlfriends for doing that. But that is certainly a contributing factor as to why these girls' egos are out of hand. Okay, you're not a 10. I'm not a 10. Nobody's a 10. Being a 10 is extremely rare, by the way. And this is a argument that will be going on forever. People get offended when I rate them a 6 or a 7, not realizing that that's actually quite a compliment. Because when you think about a 10, you have to think of the most perfect person in the world. They've got perfect skin. They got perfect hair. They got perfect nails. They have perfect teeth. Everything is perfection. It's a once-in-a-lifetime person. You may never even see a true 10 in your life. So if you get offended, if I rate you a 7 or an 8 or a 5 or 6 or 7, that's such a compliment to you. To get back on point, to get back on track, because I get off on these rabbit holes. I always say that, sorry. People's ego has gotten way out of hand, and it's starting to manifest itself in these insufferable gym girls who go to the gym and assume everybody's hitting on them. Like, no, they're not. Have you seen yourself at the gym? I don't go to the gym personally because I look disgusting when I work out, okay? And modern gyms have turned into fashion runway shows. Okay? Whenever I go there, I just feel poor. Everybody else is wearing Lululemon and Gymshark, and I know your outfit cost about $200, and I'm in a pair of Nike shorts that I bought from the thrift store and a t-shirt. And my face is red, and I'm sweating, and I'm ugly. I'm not going to a gym to compete with supermodels who are there, like, I don't even know why they're there. All of them are in front of the mirrors, and it's embarrassing, and they're all filming each other, and it's just a weird vibe. I'd rather go out and run by myself down a desolate road and risk being picked up by a serial killer than go into a gym. You will not catch me anywhere near a gym. It's disgusting. Gym culture sucks, okay? Yes, you should be working out. I'm not demonizing that at all. You should be working out. But gym culture, we can all collectively agree as a society, is cringe and it sucks. Sucks. Super sucks, okay? And gym girls are the worst. They go there, they're basically naked. I don't give a fuck what you wear. Personally, I don't care. As long as it's not something inappropriate and it's in my face, or my kids can see that, or whatever, the myriad of reasons for why you would not want people dressing inappropriately. Do I think you should? No. Do I really care? No. However, if you dress a certain way, if you dress very provocatively to where it leaves little to the imagination and you can basically see every outline of your body and curvature of your ass and your tits, whatever, don't expect people to not glance over. I'll look. I'm not a lesbian. I love guys. But when somebody's ass is out, it's almost like a magnet. You can't help but be like, oh my God, and you're just staring at it. So girls, ladies, if you're at the gym and you're dressed like that, people will look. They're not lusting, okay? By the way, they're just looking because it's a freak show, right? And people look at freak shows the same as they'll look at a rattlesnake that they see on the side of the road dead. Or look at an interesting piece of roadkill, okay? It's a piece of roadkill. No one wants to see it. Will you also elicit maybe some lust from a few guys? Yes. And what did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? Please stop going to the gym, setting up your phone, and trying to trap guys who happen to glance in your direction or, heaven forbid, ask you, hey, is this occupied? Is your 3-hour session on TikTok over? May I use the dumbbell now? May I use the dumbbell now? Is that allowed? Or am I not allowed to even look in your direction, or that's sexual harassment now? Please.
Terry, sorry. I noticed your hair.
I have a boyfriend.
No.
You're done.
The fact that this skit could be real life is shocking. This actually happens. The amount of guys' lives that have been ruined because these insufferable women go to the gym, they set up a phone, they're taking up the gym, they either look like a prostitute or whatever, and someone happens to glance over, or heaven forbid, a guy is checking you out when that's clearly what you're soliciting. And don't come for me with that comment. I will only double down. It will only get worse. Don't come for me with that. It's true. It's true. You dress a certain way to elicit a certain response. This is happening. People are getting canceled. Young guys are having their lives ruined because these stupid people are setting up phones in the gym, which it shouldn't even be a thing. Why are you filming in the gym? Nobody wants to watch that. Talk about the most boring content online, on the internet, is somebody posting, and this is guys and girls, is somebody posting them lifting or whatever they do at gyms. It's boring. Nobody wants to watch it. No one cares. That, I'll give it a pass. But when you set up a phone with the intention of trapping a man who has no ill intentions, he's not a creep, he just happened to glance over there in the video, and post it all over line like you're this victim, meanwhile you're like so happy that people are like looking at you because that was the point of wearing that outfit. Stop.
Have no fear, Daddy. No. Daddy.
Okay. This isn't much better. I'm sorry. I'm a hater, okay? You can't get offended if I come for you. You cannot get offended if I attack you, because I attack everyone. No race, creed, music genre, whatever is safe, okay? It will all be attacked in its due time. So do not get angry at me. He has a good points, okay? He's like, let's stop. He's basically saying what I'm saying. But again, this whole gym culture is gotten out of hand. And this is Daddy Swole or whatever he said. Please, those syllables should never come out of your mouth as a straight man. Never.
Swole has got your back. And the next time you find yourself in a position like this, all you have to do is just shine that swole signal up in the sky, and I will be there. And that goes for everybody. Well,
I'm really glad you'll be there for us, Daddy Swole. You know what? Sometimes I'm like, we would be so much better out without social media. By the way, I'm not shading that guy, okay? You've got a good message. I'm glad you're encouraging people to get healthy and whatever. But am I allowed to say that it's just a little bit cringe? Am I allowed to have that opinion? Please? I want to go back to the days where people had muscles from real work. Real work muscles, by the way, if you want to know what girls find attractive, it's muscles that you acquired from actual work or from doing a sport or of some kind, you know? Surfing, for example, that's my thing. And the guys who surf, they have incredible back muscles. They're all in shape, and it's a healthy kind of in shape because they got it naturally. Swimming, surfing, whatever, paddling. Same with guys, splitting wood and throwing hay bales and feeding cows and milking cows and all that sort of thing. We've got to get back to that as a society where we have real muscles because that's attractive. I'm not hating on gym culture. We've got an obesity problem in this country. People need to be getting into the gym. But we can all admit that gym culture, when brought to an extreme, like most things in extremes, can be a little bit cringe and, dare I say, gay. Just a little bit. Okay, again, no shade. I'm glad people aren't working out, but you know what I mean. If you have common sense, you know what I mean. And this is what this channel is for. It's for people who have common sense and do not get easily offended. If you do, I suggest logging off and never tuning into one of my videos again. Anyway, that's the end. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and leave a comment down below. I always read your comments. Even if I do not get to them, because Because like I say a million times, it's like a text that you receive, and you're like, nice, I like that text. But you don't respond. And then you're like, oh man, I didn't respond to that. Now they're going to think I ghosted them. Maybe that's why I have no friends. I don't know. Anyway, have a good one.